today. This is my second video on the S.A.M project channel, and I am proud to be presenting the Panic at the Disco tag, because this month is Get to Know Us month, as we've stated in a lot of videos. But if you haven't seen them, that's okay. That's why we're here right now. Learning about me, you're learning about the channel. It's just a whole learning experience. So today you're going to learn about my huge obsession with Panic at the Disco, and I wanted to do the Panic at the Disco tag because I didn't just want to do like normal tags. Like I already did the Get to Know Me tag, but I wanted to do something really special because Panic at the Disco is a huge part of my life, and I mean they're everything to me basically, and they're the world to me. So let's just get right on into it. And first question, what is my favorite song? I actually have a few favorite songs. I think all my favorite songs are a song off of each of their albums. My 4 favorite songs are I Constantly Thank God for S.A.M, which is off of Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Then It's Always off of Vices and Virtues. And Northern Downpour off of Pretty Odd. And then there's End of All Things off their newest album, Too Weird to Live, Too Weird to Die. What is my favorite album? My favorite album is probably going to be Vices and Virtues. I don't know, I love every single song on the album. Like, not that I hate any of their songs, it's just, I just get real great vibes. I get great vibes from all their songs, but I just get really good vibes off of those songs. What is my favorite Brendan Urie vine? My favorite Brendan Urie vine would probably have to be either the one where he does a line with another person, and so Brendan's like, oh, we're gonna have white wine, a quiet night, how does it sound? And then the other guy's like, sounds delicious. And then it cuts to a scene where like they have white wine and they're like pouring it all over their faces, and it's really funny. And I also like the other one where he gets 50,000 subscribers and he goes down like into his underwear and he puts like lights on his wrists and on his head and stuff, and he dances in the dark and he's like 50,000, yeah. So the next question is my favorite Dallin line. My favorite Dallin line, I have an all-time favorite. He's riding in the car and then he's like, kids, you want to listen to Frozen? And then there's no one in the car and he's like, oh, nobody's here. He's like, that's okay. And then he just starts singing the song. It's really funny. He gets really into it. He's like all over the place. My favorite music video, I think I can speak for everyone when I say Girls, Girls, Boys is just on point. I love Girls, Girls, Boys. I also like the Miss Jackson video because I love how it portrays like insanity. I don't know, like the person sitting there like shaking their head, and I really love that, like the way it shows like the crazy side of the person. And I love the Northern Downpour video. I don't know why, I just love it. It's so peaceful. One of my other favorite videos is But It's Better If You Do, because I love like the black and white in the beginning, and like the 19, would you say 40s, 50s? I would think it was 30s, probably the 1940s, 50s, or 60s. I love that feel, and like how they have like the masquerade masks once it goes into color and things like that. I just really love that. The first song I ever heard. So obviously most people, have heard the song I Write S.A.M, Not Tragedy. So technically, yes, that was my first song. But, you guys were kind of expecting that answer if you know Panic at the Disco. So we're just gonna kind of pretend that I Write S.A.M, Not Tragedies doesn't exist. So that would mean my first song was Build God and We'll Talk, and they were both off the same album. But so this is kind of like a 2-part question. So it's the first album I listened to and the first album I bought. So the first album I listened to, obviously as I stated in the one before, the first album I listened to was Fever You Can't Sweat Out, which was their first album. The first album I actually bought, and this goes for physical copies and digital copies, I actually bought Vices and Virtues, and it was a physical copy, the physical form of CDs. I feel like you're really supporting whoever you're buying. Like, you went out instead of just sitting in your bed and pressing, oh, buy now. You went out of your way to go and get their music. Like, I feel that's like true dedication. When did I start listening to Panic at the Disco? I had heard the song I Write S.A.M, Not Tragedies a few years before I actually started listening to Panic at the Disco, but I started listening to Panic at the Disco in the 6th grade. And that's when I downloaded the Panic at the Disco app, or the Panic at the Disco station onto my Pandora. And then like it just flourished. Like it was great. It was just real great, and that was probably one of the greatest decisions that I've ever done, is getting it on Pandora. The last question, and I actually really like this question. What are your favorite lyrics? Or like, what's your favorite little lyric quote thing? My favorite lyrics of all time are from End of All Things, off their newest album, 2 Years Later, 2 Rated I. And the lyrics are, in these coming years, many things will change, but my love for you will remain the same. And I just think that is just so beautiful. He actually wrote this song to his wife, Sarah, and that was kind of like their vow sort of thing, or his vow to her. No matter what happens, and like no matter what they go through, or what he goes through, what she goes through, he's always gonna love her, no matter what. I just think that's great, and that's why those are my favorite lyrics. But that was the last question, so that means I am done with this video, and so hopefully you enjoyed this, and hopefully you got to know me a little more and what I like. And Allie and Sarah's channels will be down below, and Sarah posts on Mondays and Allie posts on Wednesdays, I think. I hope I got that right, but their channels will be linked down there, and so will my personal channel, and you can get all that information off of their channels, just in case I got it wrong. But if you want to see more from Sarah and Allie, subscribe, definitely. Even if you don't want to see more, just subscribe, because you know what, just do it. Pull a Nike and just do it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and have a nice day, and stay in school, don't do drugs, all that other paraphernalia. So have a nice day. I will see you next Sunday, and have a great day. Behind the scenes.